Good morning, y'all. It's Sunday morning. It's June 18th. I'm Rachel, and I'm gardening for butterflies and for myself on the Alabama Gulf Coast in Zone 9A. And I'm mostly gardening in containers because I have armadillos that dig everything up, and they are very naughty. So I want to garden, and it's kind of really the only way that I can guarantee that my plants will survive. This week I have really not done anything in the garden. This is going to be kind of a short video because we've been getting ready for Vacation Bible School, and I've had some other projects that I've been doing other than gardening. And but today, well, it's been raining. It's been raining a lot, so I've been thankful for that. I haven't had to water or anything. So, and we're supposed to get some more rain today. We've been getting a lot of rain. Right now it is 79 degrees. It's going to get up to 87 degrees. And I was just going to show y'all some stuff that's growing that I'm enjoying in the garden. I started some Rudbeckia green eyes from seed, and I didn't know how easy they were to start from seed. I had a bunch of them, and I had some little seedlings, and I didn't know what to do with them, and I just put one right here. And as soon as I put it here, like an armadillo came and dug around in this area, and I thought, oh well, it's destroyed. But it made it. I've got two of them right here. So that is one of my favoriteest things that is happening right now. I have a bunch of them. I'm going to show you some other ones. And then this grass right here, I didn't realize that it was going to, I mean, I've never had it before, so I didn't know what it was going to do. This one is making some cute little foxtail looking stuff. Isn't it just the cutest? But I put it in a pot that was too small. Do you see this pot right here? You can see it has outgrown it. I have two of them. One is over on the other side. They need to be cut in half and put in larger containers. So I've learned a lesson about that. Oh, and I wanted to show you up close, because I don't know if I've ever shown it to you up close. This is vinca, but see the teeny little, the flowers are so small, and they've got those little pink eyes. I'm just enjoying that. And this wishbone flower, I really like the way it mounds. It just grows in a mound out of the container, and I've been enjoying the colors of that. I don't know if the rain did it, but my geraniums were looking pretty sad today. I popped off as many as the dead leaves, well, as I've had time to do. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep those alive. They don't look great. It could be that they got too much rain. So I haven't been out here to do anything, not even to water this week. We've been having storms, and so things have been beaten down a little bit. Oh, I did want to tell you what kind of grass this is, because it's really cool. It just needs a bigger container. And I've got the tag right here. It's the one that's got the little foxtail kind of things. It's called Graceful Grasses Skyrocket. Oh, look at that. Right there on the picture it shows them. So, well, there you go. That's it. So it grows rather large and can't take a small container. It needs to be bigger. The sun's coming out. It's going to be a really nice day if the rain holds off. I've got these two climbing roses right in the same area. This whitish looking one, that is it was more pink, but that's Generous Gardener, and then the brighter pink over there is James Galway, and they're both growing right here along the side of the rose arbor, and they've gotten really tall. I need to like tie them onto it or something. This one is perfection, James Galway. I really have been enjoying James Galway. I haven't even gotten out here and deadheaded or anything this week. I realized I haven't gone in real close on this cleome to show you what it looks like really up close. Isn't that cool? And then I tucked in some of that Rudbeckia into one of these containers, and it's blooming now, and it has turned out so fun. So now a new addition is this Rudbeckia right there also, I never mentioned it because I didn't plant it, and I think it just came up from the bird seed. So this right here, this is some little grass, little millet or something that is growing from the bird seed that I threw out. Oh wow, look at this. Look how long that is. This is that disappointing Buddleia that I've had since last year, and it's never bloomed like that ever. And look, it's just kind of in here, barely. You know what, I gotta get in there and give it some more space if it's gonna do that. Isn't that pretty? That's the first real bloom I've ever seen on it. And I'm just gonna show you right here. This is some armadillo damage. So he's just been tunneling through here and just making a mess of things. And also the rain has too. But this is that black and blue salvia. The hummingbirds cannot resist it, not at all. They come out here. I haven't had a feeder out for a little while because I've got so many flowers and I was having a hard time keeping up with it, and I didn't want to like accidentally poison them. So they still come and drink from the flowers. And look at this weird thing that this Gomphrena that I started from seed is doing. So it was round, but now look at the flowers. They've turned into this kind of oblong weird stuff. But this Gomphrena I have enjoyed so much. I mean, just like, and it might be like pale yellow because it needs to be fed, because now I'm comparing this one to this one over here. Look how dark green that one is. And that one's in a bigger pot and has way more food. The trailing Ruellia is growing out. Here it is right here. I got this at Kim's nursery, native nursery, and isn't it just lovely? And she had a big one that was just overtaking the pot. It was just, so I have just really like that Ruellia, and with this bubblegum petunia, supertunia, just like those colors. That is fun. Oh, I wanted to show you the difference between, okay, see this grass right here, Carex Everillo. Okay, it was looking crappy and sad, and I gave it a haircut, and now it's growing back. And I'm going to show you the difference between the one that I gave a very harsh haircut to compared to this one that needs a harsh haircut. Isn't that icky? So that one needs a trim because it's just not okay. I'm hoping that this area will like grow in and fill in more. So far, I'm liking it. It's kind of off balance a little bit. I've got a lot more chartreuse on the right, but I mean, oh, there we go. Some of the Carex is helping with that. And this was supposed to be kind of a double perennial border, and now it's just grown in all together in one mass. But I do love it. I love the craziness. This is a close-up of that purple Majesty millet, and I probably need to gather some seeds from it now. Is that not just so fun? I especially like it with this Wicked Witch coleus right there. Isn't that a neat kind of like combination for a container? Oh look, like see it glowing in the sunshine. You can see the color is just so lovely. Just a really lovely, it's so easy to grow from seed, y'all. And my husband kept talking me out of buying it. He said, you know, I could buy it for a handful of it for 20 cents at the co-op, but I never went to the co-op. And so I finally bought some, I think it was from Botanical Interest. And it was like $5.99, and they gave me like 20 seeds. But I think all of them germinated, so it was really worth it. Look at that summer romance. So lovely. So a gardener that I really like is Pete Udolph, and he, you know, paints with chunks of color, and I wanted to be like him, but I don't have a large area. But this is just kind of his stuff on a smaller scale. You know, he's got like swaths of color, but this is something that is really my idea of I don't know, I just love it. Over here along the fence, these plants, I kind of took them and just planted them out because they had overgrown their pots and I needed their containers for something else. So it's a mishmash, and you know what? It's really fun. It does make me happy. And a lot of these coleus, they just came back from seed from last year. They fell into pots with the plants that were already in there, and then they came up. So coleus is like super easy to grow from seed. I've got a bunch of it just kind of popping up around the garden. Something else that self-seeded and does self-seed is this native petunia, and I'm going to show it to you from this angle right here. This native petunia is in the ground and it has not been dug up. Isn't it gorgeous? Don't you love it? With the Wicked Witch coleus right there, and then the native petunia, and then this is Duranta. I love Duranta. I need a bunch of it because look at the pops of sunshine that it brings to the garden. It's just, it really lightens up little areas. And of course, that diamond frost euphorbia I would recommend because it's just really fun. Brings some lightness and airiness. My borage, I cannot believe it is still struggling along. It's been kind of growing outside this pot right here. It fell over, and I've got 3 borage in this pot. I'm amazed that they're still alive because it's just been so hot and muggy. But they're growing in here with the princess flower, and the princess flower is looking kind of sad too. Oh yeah, and I hope I'll have this to show you next week. So this Dusty Miller is gonna flower. I have never had them get to that point. I did not realize, because I've always seen them like pulled out and used like an annual, but they're not. They are a perennial, at least here. So I've had these since last fall. And this is another Dusty Miller that I've got in a different different pot. And isn't it interesting how it's kind of separated out and just, you see that? I guess maybe it's about to flower also, but we're preparing to send up some blooms. The Bog Garden is looking a little ragged. I've still got to plant this one out into the garden, and I'm hoping. Now, Lindy Lou said that these pitcher plants that she gave me are probably going to come back next year. They have all kind of died down to the ground. Everything's really beat down by the rain. But I really like this either ginger or turmeric right here. Isn't that pretty? Okay, the dahlias are doing all right. I don't know if something has like attacked this. I'm not quite sure if the rain did it or what. But this is to the point where I need to cut out that central stem. I watched somebody and they counted the leaf sets, and it was like 5 leaf sets, and they cut it out. So I'm going to do that for that one. And then some of the other ones have not come up at all. I'm sure that's my fault. But they're looking good. And here we are at the, and I think these will grow in more, but isn't this Rudbeckia with the green eyes just so delicious? I'm enjoying them so much. Now the rain has really given them a hard lick, but I think they will recover. I even like these Greeneyed Rudbeckia paired with the coral nymph Salvia. I just think they look good. They look so bright and cheerful. Something is eating the kale, but instead of freaking out and trying to pick the things off, I'm gonna let the wasps take care of them, because I think they will. Because I was out here and there were some wasps diligently going along the leaves and finding the caterpillars. So I'm just gonna let God take care of that. Here's another example of coleus just coming up from seed wherever they feel like it. And then an example of what an armadillo does when it wants to dig in something that's about 3 inches. So he dug up one of the coleus. So you can't count on anything getting to live in the ground around here. It looks like the globe basil in the gravel garden is starting to get to the point where it's going over too. It's didn't grow as big as it did last year, but I'm still enjoying it because it does kind of look like box hedge slightly. And that coneflower in the pot in the front did turn out to be pink, but now I'm afraid to move it or do anything. I guess I need to stake it, as much as I hate staking things, because look at all the flowers that are on this one stem, and look how tall it is. It's just like, I think it's going to need support and not to be moved, but it's just sitting here. And you know, I do enjoy it when I'm sitting on the front porch, so I'm probably going to leave it here. But I'm so excited about all those blooms coming out at one time. And the butterflies, they cannot resist it. So this is going to be a great place for me to stalk butterflies. This is some kind of aster that I started from seed, and it grew up like really tall and then flopped over, and it's in these pots that used to be around the seeding area in the back. So it's a little disappointing. Here's another of those asters. Is that not beautiful? Now, I've never grown these before, and it grew up tall. I'll show you, pull back a little bit so you can see. Tall, and it never looked good, and then it kind of flopped over. It probably needed to be staked. I don't know if I'll grow these again, but I do love the color of that flower. Is that not beautiful? I found the tag for it, and all it says is Aster. I guess I didn't want to write all this stuff, but yeah. I have 16 Eastern Black Swallowtail chrysalises. Not all of them will emerge this year. I never can tell who's going to emerge and who isn't. I really wish I knew. That would make it easier. See, because this guy right here, he has chosen poorly. He has made a chrysalis on something that, like, in the wild probably wouldn't last a whole year. So, because some of these are going to hold out and not come out until the next whole year. That's why I like for them to make their chrysalises on a stick, so that if I can't keep them in a container anymore, I can put the stick somewhere safe and they can stay there outside until they decide to come out. I've got to decide what to do with this lyre leaf sage. It's a wild salvia. My friend Carol gave it to me, and don't you love the veining in the leaves? I don't know whether to put it. I guess I do need to put it in a container, and I don't know if I can tuck all 4 of them in one container. Maybe a small one. I mean, maybe a medium-sized one. And these are those seedlings that look pathetic, but they'll probably make it. These are also those Greeneyed Rudbeckia, and they were lame, and you can see that they've been. But you know what? Now that I know how tough they are, I'll probably plant these out and I'll have them grow in too. I've finally got 2 giant swallowtail caterpillars that are about to turn into chrysalises. You can see they're kind of moving a little bit. I don't know if that's just me. They were rhythmically pulsating a minute ago, but isn't that cool? I'm so excited about having some chrysalises. Do you see that little string kind of around the upper part of his neck? He made that to attach himself. I don't know if they call that a sling, but in a minute they'll wriggle some more, and I mean, they could split out of their skin and turn into a chrysalis like right while we're watching, but of course, you know, they don't like to do that because they don't want you to see it happen. This guy was just really hitting his head against the stick just a second ago. Let's see if I can capture it. This Color Blaze Lime Thyme Salvia is one that I kept all through the winter. I cut it back. It was in the same pot all winter, and I just really like it a lot. And I have a little snake that likes to live in here. I was hoping I would find him for you right now, but he's not at home. Well, y'all, thank y'all so much for watching. I got down here close to the Cleome so it could be the star. I'm just really enjoying it. And you know what? I'm squatted down in the garden. It is like measurably more hot down here. As soon as I got down here, my glasses steamed up because I'm in a sauna right here. Yeah, everything is kind of getting grown out and jungly. It's about time to rearrange things. I wish I had time for it, but I just don't. Not right now. But y'all, I hope y'all are having fun in your gardens, and I hope everything's going well for you. I love hearing about what's going on in your gardens. I'm sorry I haven't had a chance to answer comments this week, but I will soon. And I hope y'all have a fabulous week. God bless y'all. Thank you so much for watching, and let's play outside.